Yeah, it's like how us and North Korea are real rivals. We're really competing. We're really going tit for tat.
See that new resort they got? See
North Korea got a resort?
Really?
Zach, show us a picture of the North Korean resort. I saw someone today, and they were like, capitalism versus communism. And but they were like, just kidding. The square dystopia is America. That's North Korea's new beach resort on the left. And I was like, fuck.
Man, I don't like these L's we're taking. First, China has sick-ass cities.
You know, I feel like when I look at England's really old infrastructure, it's dope and it has charm. When I look at our old infrastructure, like worn-out Detroit, not dope.
Look at those donut buildings.
This isn't a real image. This is a render.
Yes, it is. Show us the picture at night. It's much more impressive. It's pretty. It's well lit.
It's real.
Yeah.
The road doesn't look right.
It's never been driven on.
Yeah, they don't have cars. It's keep it pristine.
That's just for the great leader to make his way.
Taylor, I ask you because you're particularly good at this. How sure are you that it's a render?
Like this one looks more real than the previous one.
Okay.
So I would believe it's real, but there is something weird about the road and about the orientation of the umbrellas, but I guess it's real. But like they're building this as like a show of opulence more so than a usable beach, right?
It's
like
a propaganda beach.
Yeah, how many people can possibly?
Well, they're hoping tourists will come
to North Korea. Honestly, that could be kind of fun. Go to North Korea, see what it's all about.
You know,
I bet they have tasty Korean food too. They probably don't eat that much differently than the other Koreans. Korean food's solid.
I love the dude with the chest full of medals. Like as old as he is, he's not old enough to have participated in a war.
Yeah, that guy's not even old enough to have fought in Korea. Like there's no way. That's sick. I've seen that with our own generals too, where it'll show like, this is a modern general who's never fought, and it's just a fucking
really a
chest full of medals, and then it'll be like, and here's General Patton.
What a pimp.
And it's like three little things.
He's always got some. I wonder if this is the same lady I always see him with. I hear he's got a whole harem of girls.
I bet he does, dude. And he had that cheese problem. It makes him relatable. Like, I like him. I'm pro Kim Jong-un.
What's his cheese problem? He likes it too much?
Apparently, he was eating tremendous amounts of cheese imported from France, and he couldn't get enough.
Look at that. He's got okay, now I see. The water park is back there behind the resort. Look at that. He's up here. Look at that. He's sitting there in the chair, just holding court. I bet this guy's life is dope.
Dude, it's got to be sick. Can you imagine being his boy? Like, you're his guy. Oh, I'm Kim Jong-un's top guy.
And you may not know this. That haircut he's got is illegal for anyone but him to have. So like you might. So in a country where everybody idolizes him, they're not allowed to wear their hair like him.
I kind of wear my hair like him.
Apparently, it's mandatory that you have a Costanza balding pattern based on this picture.
He does the undershave though. Like, can you show us a close up of Kim's hair, Zach? Because he does this undershave thing really sharp, like above the ear almost, like a Peaky Blinders kind of like 19th century kind of weird thing. It's unique. His dad had the same thing. It was weird on him. I thought he was going to lose weight. There was a time when he wasn't looking as. Yeah, look at that. Oh, he got all threaded up. That's tight. I mean, good hairline too.
Doesn't have to shave. Doesn't look like he has any facial hair at all.
He's got a little mustache going on. I see a little
maybe a slight.
You're giving him a lot of
little Fu Manchu.
I see a little 5 o'clock. I see a little 5 o'clock something there.
All I see are two chins.
No, on his lip there. On his lip there. He's got a little bluing.
Darker. Yeah, he's got the same thing you have, except much more severe, where there's nothing coming in the middle.
Well, he's got that whole Asian thing where they almost grow nothing. I was watching Letters from Iwo Jima the other day, and these have been living in a cave for 3 months, and they got like the wisp of facial hair. They just don't grow any.
Yeah, they probably save a lot on razors over there. That's why they're getting so advanced.
I wouldn't be opposed to like a North Korean vacation, but my genuine fear would be that they'd like, oh, let me look at your phone. And it's like, oh, here you go. And it's like, oh, you made a lot of jokes you shouldn't have about the great leader. Oh, can I not come in? They're like, oh, worse. You can't leave.
You get to stay.
And they drag me across that fucking gravel border that Trump shook hands across, and I'm kicking and screaming, and the South Korean officers just don't give a shit. Fuck off.
I imagine it would be like the interview where me and Kim Jong-un would become fast friends. We'd become cool guys who enjoyed hanging out with one another.
He's a huge NBA fan. So I know that him and Rodman are pretty tight, but I don't know if he's going to be into the average American kind of fellow. I think he'd be more likely to send you off to a secret prison or something.
You could bond over cheese.
Not if you're boys with him.
I think it's gonna be hard to get close with the great leader. You know, the thing about the memes on the phone, we're doing that to people.
What do you mean?
Well, they're going through people's phones and checking their social media. Like if you're coming from the UK, I think they go through your phone and look for memes that they don't like. Any social media activity you shouldn't have done.